what's going on here? We are here with
Whitney, well, with Dotson.
Okay, and before we get started, we'll tell everyone, can you give them your Instagram?
It is with the grit. That's WHITTHEGRIT.
See, she already has attitude. I ain't gonna lie to you, Tyler. On our first shout out, this is one of the very first models that I had the opportunity of shooting. And let me be more specific about this here. This is one of the very first professional models that I've had the opportunity to shoot while I'm here in Houston. We've done a lot of shoots together, from sunglasses to just whatever in fashion. I can't speak enough about this particular model right here. Whitney has been dedicated, I can say that. I can say that she's always on time. She's always, let me say this. There's a switch, right? So if she's not modeling whatever, she's doing whatever she's doing. But when you get her in front of that camera and you start pressing that shutter, there's like this, you know what I mean? Like you'll see it. I don't know if you've seen it, whatever. But it's not about me. It's about her. Today's about her. So tell them what they need to know about you.
All right. Well, yeah, you would be correct. I've been told there's a switch definitely when the camera comes on. I'm all shy and coy beforehand, but once it's on, I'm like, I am on. That's true. Yeah. And I've done that right before I've got on the runway, and it's been a while since I've been on a runway or even done a photo shoot. So today is the first photo shoot I have done.
And I'm grateful to be that person to shoot her for the first time when she's coming out.
Yeah, I'm coming back out, and this time around it's a bit of a different image. It's all about the fashion. I mean, it was about fashion before, but before I had a very, I guess you could say, bubbly persona. This time around is more so about the fashion, so I'm a bit more edgy, and I'm a bit more, I'm leading with that, so.
Yeah. So let me talk about you again.
Okay.
What got you started in modeling? Like, what was that turning point? What made you say, you know what, I want to do that?
Okay, well, all right, so this is a story that people really don't get to hear. When I was a child, when I was a kid, my mother and I, of course, you know, we would go out in the grocery store, shop, mall, whatever. And these random people would come up to her and ask her if I was a model. And of course she would say, oh no, you know, whatever. And they would say, oh, she should be. So what it was, we went around to different agencies when I was younger, and of course they were a bit scammy, you know, when they wanted.
Yeah, I remember those days.
So now from that, of course, we didn't take the bait. We just got up and left every time they would say, oh, bring the money to the table. However, when I got to be in middle school, there was a modeling course I was able to take. I was fortunate. However, it didn't last long, so I didn't get a chance to do any fashion shows or to do anything that I was practicing for. Okay. So once that ended, by the time I got to high school, kind of just let it rest. Once I was in college, I was selected to do a fashion show. I still have the email to this day. And I backed out of it because I had so much social anxiety. And yes, I know.
Okay,
I backed out because I was like, no, I can't with people staring at me. Like, it was too many people in the. I went to the rehearsal, to the actual, like, not the audition, sorry, the rehearsal. There was so many people in there. I said, no, I can't do it. I left. I didn't even talk to them. I just left. I just walked out. Yes, it was too many people. So, you know, later on in my college years, I knew a photographer that attends my church. Back then, of course, that was back in Houston. So at that moment, we started doing photo shoots and test shots and things, and then I got a little more comfortable, and it went from there.
That's what's up, man. I tell you, man, I think everyone, I won't say everyone, but most people, when they first do something like that, it's the adrenaline gets to them, you know, and sometimes it's so high where you're like, hey, listen, man, I gotta kind of take a step back. Some people like, look, I can't do this like you talking about. I've experienced that, you know, not necessarily with a camera, but in other aspects of my life where I'm like, hey, you know, like, I don't think I can do this, and it's a shot on my, I don't want to talk about it, but anyway, I've been there. I know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Look, let me ask you a question. What's your favorite color?
Pink.
Now, bear in mind, this is a model of the month for me, right? So her shoots are always free. I will never ever charge a model of the month. The shoot is always free. Don't cost nothing with me, okay? Just putting that out there. But pink is the favorite color. Now I'm gonna fast forward you to next year, because this is 2023.
Yes.
What do you think the color is gonna be for 2024?
Oh, you mean like as far as fashion? Industry?
Yeah.
I'm starting to kind of think orange might just be.
Okay, why you say that?
It might just be, and it's more not like the extremely bright orange. It's kind of like bright in your face. I mean, more like a subtle. Like,
earth tone, maybe?
Yeah, something like the burnt orange-ish type of. I feel like because it's been so long since that's been in the spotlight.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen green. I've seen.
Yeah, I did see the reemergence of green.
Yeah, I've seen hot pink. I've definitely seen red. I've seen all of the colors except it's been a while since I've seen orange. So I feel like orange is gonna be the next thing.
Okay. So where do you see the fashion industry going, like from your perspective?
Oh man. The fashion industry, I feel as though is going to open up so many doors for so many emerging boutique owners, fashion designers, especially now with of course, social media.
Yeah.
Everybody's able to promote themselves that way. I see me in the fashion industry.
Not with them big red boots. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, not the Astro boots. Okay.
Boy, them things. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out how people can walk in those.
I was in my car and I was like, how do they differentiate between the brake and the gas pedal? like how do you navigate that? Now I did see a lady she was talking about. She was like, hey, like we're trying to go more towards this futuristic kind of apparel or whatever the case may be. I'm an old person, so I don't really like get into like the futuristic stuff unless it got something to do with like cyborgs or something like that. But not for my clothes, man. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah. But you're a model. You're gonna get offers to do all kind of different things.
That's true. Again, I'm trying to figure out how people can walk in those Astro boots. I've seen the fashion industry go from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, they've been popular, but just like with anything that's popular, a trend is gonna fade off into the sunset eventually, and something else is gonna come in and take it away.
Quick question, and this one requires a number: 6 inch heels or 3?
Ooh, 6.
Why?
Because it's easier to walk in. I know, but it's a lot easier to walk in, for me at least.
It's easier for you to walk in 6 inch heels than 3.
Yes.
Okay. Explain this. Explain this phenomenon to them.
So the higher up you go, the bigger the platform gets. So it's really almost like you're walking on an even level. Yeah. It's not as difficult as you think it is. Plus, I'm short, so I kind of like to appear a little bit taller.
And how short are you?
I'm 5'5".
Okay.
I'm kind of medium sized, short.
Okay.
So I like to appear a little bit taller. 3 inches heel is not gonna do much for me. That's like going to church.
Wow. Okay. All right. Because when I met you, you had 6 inch heels on when I met you.
I sure did.
And I was like, oh man, like, okay.
It's easy, but you have to get a good platform so that you can kind of be on an even level.
Now, for those who don't know what a platform is, can you please explain that?
Oh yeah, the platform of the shoe is it's the front side of the shoe.
Okay.
So once it's even with the actual heel, as you can see, it's easier to walk on because it's almost like you're just walking on even.
So like a tiptoe on like even floors, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, I had to get that analogy out there because we have so many models that are coming up and coming out, or at least aspiring models, and they may not be, how you say, hip to the term or whatever. You know what I mean? They may not know the correct terminology for certain things and what to expect. In fact, talking about what to expect, what should a model expect from this industry when they hit that runway, or if they're doing commercial? Like, what should they expect?
Well, you always show up prepared for the job. You're always going to expect the client to. It's all about them. It's about the client. It's not about you as a model. Once you get that out of the way, then you can, of course, kind of navigate where you want to go. Now, as a model, it's very important to make that client's fashion line stand out, their product stand out, whichever type of modeling that you're trying to do, in a simple yet gorgeous way.
Okay, because I punched in an article under the beauty section of Beta magazine, and one of the lines I said was, "Hey, models, you need to understand that you are," and I'm not being like rude, but the model is selling her body or his body to the client, so the client can get their ideas and expressions out through their clothing. Is that an accurate description here? And tell me if I'm wrong.
I wouldn't say selling their body.
Okay.
I don't know if I would go there, but I will say it's more so they have to believe that you can sell their product.
Gotcha.
Because at the end of the day, if you don't make their product look good, then who's gonna want to buy it?
Correct. So the next statement I made one time was like, the model is a being to aspire to be like. Like when someone sees a model, that model should inspire them or propel them to say, I want to be like that person, or I want that particular product because it makes me feel or has this particular look to it that I want to obtain. For me, when I work with 4 years now, right? I work with a lot of models, and it's just like they just come out there and say, I'm a model. And I'm a firm believer of, if everybody is something, then nobody is that particular thing.
That's very true.
You see what I'm saying? But if everybody's a model and everybody's looking up to everybody, then nobody's looking up to anything.
Right, that's true. And with this day and age, anyone can call themselves anything, and they wind up being just that, or being perceived as such. How much work did you really put in? How much practice are you giving yourself? How many connections are you making to actually become a real live thriving model? And I hate to say it, but staying off of social media, because if there was no social media, would you still be a model?
Good point to make. And you spoke about a keyword. You said work.
You're right.
Now, when you say work, what do you mean by work?
You really have to book, and really book. I mean, if you don't, I mean, of course you keep going. Nobody's saying give up on it or what have you, but while you're not booking, continue to make those connections and network. Continue to show up places where you should be, moving around and getting your name out there. Continue to practice. Walking on 6-inch heels, 3-inch heels, depending on whatever height you are. Depending on the type of clothing that you want to model, there's so many different types. There's commercial modeling, there's product modeling, there's beauty shots. Hey, you can even be a hand model or a foot model.
I've heard
There's
of that,
there's different types of modeling. Like, you have to be very specific to what it is that you want to do, and then hone in on your specific craft. That way people will know what to book you for. Because if you just call yourself a model, well, me as your client, or your potential client rather, what type of model are you? Are you going to make my product look good? Can you model this dog food product, or can you model or this makeup? What do you do? And really be ready to answer that question.
Controversial question.
Okay.
And you can say, I plead the fifth. I don't want to answer that. You can always say next question.
Okay.
Your thoughts on plus size models?
I'm all for it.
Okay.
I'm all for it. I feel like the fashion industry should stretch as far as it can go. I mean age, size, gender. There's even, trans people.
Okay.
I don't know how to say that. But
You say whatever you want to say.
Okay. Well, there's all types of different types of people out there in the world.
Yeah.
That ranges from babies all the way to the elderly. So I feel like plus size model, do your thing.
Okay.
Do your thing.
All right. Current events that you feel are important. Like when you turn on the news or scroll through your feed and you see a news story, like, what is the one thing that stands out to you that is very important?
At the moment, gun violence.
Okay, why?
Of course, you should always stay ready so that you don't have to get ready. I will say that. I don't condone creating the violence. I don't condone jumping first, but I do say that it is scary living in a reality where you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know who is plotting what. You just never know. So right now, with the way this country is going, the way that these children are getting their hands on these guns, scary. There should be more of a watchful eye of that. It really should.
Okay.
It starts at home.
Controversial question.
Okay.
Who do you think should not be a model? You don't have to answer. You can say next question.
Oh God.
I will move to something else.
No.
Who should not be a model?
Good one. Okay. If you're not serious.
Okay.
I feel like you should not be a model if you are not going to take the industry seriously. Nobody's telling you to go and do a photo shoot on the top of a skyscraper. However, you should definitely be prepared to be photogenic, prepared to know how to walk, how to wear style and wear your clothing correctly. Start with the basics. If you are not willing to do that and have a comp card on hand or have a portfolio ready to go, then you are not prepared to be a model.
And can you tell these people that are watching what should be in a portfolio?
Oh man, headshots, full body shots. It should be something. Don't over glamorize it. Don't put too much jewelry. Just make sure that your hair is on point, out of your face. If you're trying to do some glam shots, then of course it's okay to put a little bit of hair, in front of your face. But just don't take away from the simplicity of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it should be you learning different styles of fashion. However, still keep it simple.
Okay. Types of photo shoots you will not absolutely do.
I will not pose nude.
Okay.
And I've been approached to do that a couple of times.
Okay.
I won't do that. I won't, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not my style. Let's see what else. I will not be dangling off of a skyscraper. Let me see. I'm not a very daredevilish type. So the daredevil, like when you saw on Top Model when they were like kind of hanging off of certain things, I don't think I'm capable of doing those.
I'm a fan of Top Model. In the beginning, I stopped watching after a while. I think the concept was great. Oh, yeah. I think that the fact that this particular show was like, hey, we need to see who's determined to make it in this industry, who really wants to be here, and let's separate the ones that are serious from the ones that are playing games. Right. Because as a photographer, I can tell you, a lot of models play games. No, I mean, I tend to spot them out. I may get like one or two that's like that, but I've seen them play these games where they're asking for raw photos. Like, don't ask me for raw photos, right? If I give you a raw, okay, I don't know if you are familiar with the legal side of things, because I did do the how to work with a photographer 101, right? So when a photographer gives you a raw photo, that's like him saying, I'm relinquishing my copyright to this particular photo. That is our bill of sale, right? So I recently had a model say, can I get the raw photos? And I was like, no, it's $3,500 per raw photo. Because once I give it out, I can't give it back. I can't do anything with that anymore. Okay. Right? And that is the only legal way for me to say to the courts, hey, I took this photo. Here is the actual file and the metadata, right? On the flip side of things, it's like, if I, as a photographer, do some photos for you, right? Take shots. I don't like it when people put filters on my photo, like, don't put Instagram stars and bubbles on.
Yeah, okay.
That's intellectual property. Don't do that to me. You know what I mean? Okay. But how do you feel about that? Like I know you had to have seen some models that do this thing already.
I've seen it. And I have to say I'm guilty of it. I've done that before. I definitely have done that. But at the time, I didn't know that it was such a thing. And of course, he told me, and I definitely removed it. So, and that's the thing. I'm respectful of other people's craft.
And we all, as photographers, appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely. Now, knowing what I know, I do think it's disrespectful. Knowing that how hard you guys work on making sure you finally get the right shot.
Yeah.
Now I feel like when you put an Instagram filter on in general, even if it's just a selfie or whatever, I think you're a little insecure.
You think so?
I think it reflects insecurity. I do.
Okay.
I think so. And I only say that because it's like, well, what's wrong with just you?
Okay.
What's wrong with just you? And I get it. Filters are fun. They just give you different perceptions or whatever. I like putting photos in black and white just because I think it's classic.
I think so too.
But like when you start to kind of like dibble dab and change everything, it's like, okay.
So like, do you think that filters, the use of filters on like people's photos gives them a false sense of confidence?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
I want to hear how you feel about that.
Okay, well, the false sense of confidence, yeah, because for one, you took the picture, you know, I mean, you might have taken like 15 of them or whatever at once and you don't like them, so you put the filters on it and, you know, you put it out there. It's for people to comment on it, or maybe that's not your intent. Some people just like to post on their page for the sake of it's their page, so
Yep.
I'm going to post a photo, but if your intention is for other people to see that you are beautiful behind the filter, then yeah, I do think that lacks security. That confidence, it lies into other people, and you never want to put your confidence in somebody else's hand. Don't ever do that.
No, I hear you. Is there anything that you feel like they should know about you? Modeling, I don't care what that piece of information is you want to put out to these people that are watching. Say it.
You're looking at a boutique owner. Well, emerging at that. I am starting a boutique.
And you know I'm shooting.
Yes, yes you are. Okay, I've had this idea for 6 years.
Okay, 6 years. 6 years coming.
6 years, and I'm finally, I know, listen, it just never it was never the right time. It's the right time now, and I don't want to give the name out just yet. It's on Instagram. You can find it on there. I don't want to say it, just for like, you know.
I got you.
Okay, but the fashion there is gonna have a wide range. It's gonna be an array. I am excited.
Can you give us like a little small like idea of what kind of fashion?
It all started with me wanting to do a just strictly lingerie line. Okay. However, it's going to be more to it than just lingerie. I mean, it's going to be everyday wear for the everyday woman, stylish. Definitely, you can wear it to work. You can wear it to brunch. You can wear our clothes to a fashion show. I mean, you can. It's very versatile, and it's for women. It's run by women. It's going to be me and another young lady. Of course, we're collabing on it. Her name is Kanisha Liggins. So I'm very excited. I cannot wait. This is like my baby. So
yes, it is. That's what a business is.
Yes.
24 hours, 7 days a week.
Yes. And so it should be launching very, very, very soon. And I cannot wait.
Can you give us like a little month of what very, very soon is? I'm excited because it's fashion and I like shooting it.
I'm getting giddy about it. The idea is by the summertime.
Okay.
For a soft launch, and then of course the launch of it will be the winter. So
okay.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
And one final question. I know you only wait.
Okay.
Will you have anything leather? I gotta ask. I love leather. I love the smell of leather.
I will. Yes, I will. Yes, I do plan on it. It might not be the leather from the animals. I'm sorry.
Okay, because some people are sensitive about that.
I'm a softie, so it would be the leather of the pleather, I guess you could say, vegan leather. But yeah, I will have that.
I'm still shooting. I don't care what it is. I like the way it looks. I don't care about anything else. I don't know. I don't have any other questions. If you have anything that you need to say, let people know.
Oh man, you can find me on Instagram with the grit. I've been away for a while. I know I walked away for various reasons. One of those reasons being I felt like You have to send me that. I'm putting that on my Instagram. But one of those reasons is the fact that I thought I could not do myself. I know. I really felt like, you know what? I can't. I was working on fashion videos actually. Fashion films is what they're called.
Okay.
And at first I didn't know that. I was calling it model movies.
Okay.
And my mentor Naima Moore, which she is a winner of America's Next Top Model.
You hear that? This lady, yes.
She let me know there was a fashion film, and I was like, oh, I want to do model movies, and she said, oh, fashion film. So yeah, I was working on that, and it started off really good, and then I just felt like, okay, there's some tweaking that needs to be done, and I just put it on hold.
Okay.
But fashion film is my thing. I'm gonna come back out with some more projects, definitely.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I think that's good, and just because you said that, yeah, I'll make sure some.
You will. Listen. I'm coming back out. I'm stronger. I'm wiser. I'm ready. I'm ready to start talking to you again.
Okay.
I've been quiet too long.
Okay, well, I guess we're pretty much gonna wrap things up. Or you got something else you want to say?
No, that's it.
Okay, so we'll wrap this up. Photos will be out.
Soon.
Yeah, let's say soon. Let's say soon. But it'll be this week. Maybe Sunday, maybe? Or Monday or something like that. And so you guys can go ahead and check it out. You can view her very first set of photos that we shot. And then again, it's on my website at officialbokashi.com. I'll put it into the link or flash it across the screen or something like that. And you can see that very first set of portraits that we ever done together, which I think was pretty cool. I've sharpened up my skill level or whatever since then, but I still cherish those photos because she was one of the first models, professional models that actually gave me a shot to actually shoot fashion as a photographer. So I thank you for that.
Of course. And thank you. Thank you for being patient with me.
It's okay. It's okay. It's a good experience working with you and everything like that. So with that being said, you guys be safe out there. Fashion is everything. Fashion is your expression of you. It is the articulation of your beliefs. It is really the soul of a nation. You know. So just keep that in mind, and I'll see you guys on the next one.